Okay, today we are going to discuss on number system. And when you hear number system, you're basically talking about conversion of number from one base to another. And we have several bases like base 2, and counting in base, we have from base 2, base 3, base 4, then to base 10, and you then have base 16. Now, some of these bases they have their own special name. Like base 2 now is counting in binary. Base 8 is octal. Base 10 is decimal. Base 16 is hexadecimal. So we are now going to look at conversion of from one base to another. Now for example, now let's look at conversion of base 10. Base 10 now is the normal base, the normal form every number is is. So let's look at conversion of base 10 now to other bases, like conversion of base 10 to base 2 to base 8, base 16. And now let's take example 1. Convert 126 base 10 to a number in base A, 2, B, 8. Okay, and C, base 4. Now let's look at the first one, converting 126 base 10 to base 2. Solution. Now 126 base 10. Now the first thing you need to do is, since you are converting this base 10 to any number, other numbers, now the first thing you need to do is you draw a long division line. Then you write the 126 here, and you write the number you are converting it to, the base you are converting it to, by the left hand side. Then you start dividing the number, and each time you divide the number, you write the remainder by the side. For example, now let's divide 126 by 2. Now you have 12 in 2 in 12. 2 divided, if you like 2 divide or 12 divide 2, you have 6. Now 6 divide 2, you have 3. So we notice here that there is no remainder, so you write the remainder 0. Now 2 again, we still have to divide it. We are going to divide this 126 till we reach at 0. We are going to divide it to the simplest form, and anytime you divide it, you write your remainder by the side. Even if your remainder is 0, you write it by the side. Now let's look at 2 in 63. Now 2 divides 6, you have 3. 2 divides 3, you have 1. Then you notice that 2 divides 3, 1, remainder 1, because 2 times 1 is 2. Then this remainder, meaning 2, you have 2, abi, so make it 3 now, plus 1, that's 3, so remainder 1. Now you still have to divide this 31 now by this same 2, because we are converting it to base 2. Now the 2 we have to go in 3 now. 2 in 3 is 1. 2 times 1, 2. So remainder 1, obviously. Now we see here that 2 in 11 now. 2 in 11 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So remainder 1. you write the remainder by the side. Now 2, we have to divide it again. 2. Now 2 in 15 will give you 7. 2 times 7 is 14, so remainder 1. Now 2 have to divide it again. 2 in 7 will give you 3. 2 times 3 is 6, remainder 1. 2 in 3 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2, remainder 1, to make it 3. Now 2, we have to divide this 1 again. 2 in 1 is 0, remainder 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus what will give you 1. That's 1, remainder 1. So we have gotten to the last point. So once you stop at 0, this is your last point. So your answer now, you begin to count. You draw an arrow. The arrow is going upward, from down upward. What this means is that your answer will start from down. You start writing the values from down upward. Okay, so 1, 2, 6. So what we got here is 1. How many 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then a 0, base 2. So so you can say 126 base 10 is equal to this in base 2. Now let's look at the B part of it. Converting this same 126 base 10 to base 8. Okay, you draw another line. You draw a line, the division line, 126. You write the 8 by the left hand side. Now 8 has to divide this 126 again. Now 8 divided by 12 is 1. Okay, 8 times 1, 8. That it will give you remainder 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So remainder 4. You had it here. Okay, now you have 46. Now 8 in 46. Now 8 in 46 is actually 5. 8 times 5 is 40. So you have remainder 6. Now 8 has to divide 15 again. 8 in 15 will give you 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Okay, now for you to know your remainder, you count it 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's giving you 7. Now this 8 now has to still divide the 1. 8 in 1 is 0, remainder 1. You see, we still stop at the same last bus stop. So where you are going to stop is when you reach this point, 0, remainder 1. This point, 0, remainder 1, you stop calculating. 0, remainder 1, you stop calculating. Now your answer obviously will go from down to up. Okay, now 126 base 10 is equal to 1176 in base 8. So this is your answer. Okay, let's look at the C part of it. You have 1. Okay, you have the C part of it. You have 126 here and is in base 4. Okay, now 4 has to go in 126. You are dividing this 126 by 4. Okay, now 4 divided by 12 will give you 3. 4 times 3 is actually 12, so it has no remainder. Now 4 in 6 now is 1. Yeah, 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, now for you to get 6 now, 4 times 1 is 4, I mean 4, 5, 6, so remainder 2. So you have remainder 2 here. Now 4 has to go in 31 again. 4 divided by 31. Okay, 4 in 31 is 7. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. So you see that 32 is bigger than 31. So you pick the lower number, which is 28. So 4 times 7 is 28. So if you divide 4 by 30, if you divide 31 by 4, you have 7. Okay. Okay. Now 28. Now for you to get your remainder, 28, 29, 30, 31. So remainder 3. You have remainder 3. Now 4 has to still divide 7. 4 in 7 is 1. Remainder, 4 times 1 is 4. Abi, to get your remainder now, 4 times 1 is 4. Now for you to get this 7 now, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remainder 3. Now 4 in 1 now, you notice here that 4 is bigger than this one. So obviously your answer here will give you 0. So 4 in 1 is 0 remainder 1, because 4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 4 to give you 1. So this is your remainder. So you notice we stop at this point again. Now for you to get your answer, you draw the arrow from up down to up. Okay, so 126 base 10 is equal to 1 3 3 2 in base 4. Now in summary, you can see from these from what we have gotten our answer, anytime you are calculating in a base in any of these bases, okay, if you are calculating in base 2, your answer should not be more, your answer should not, 2 should not be in your answer. Now let's look at this first example. You notice here that in base 2 is not in our answer, meaning that anytime 2 is not always in the answer, like that base, you can't find that base in the answer. You notice that in base 2, the range of answer you can find is 0 and 1, zeros and 1. Now in base 3 now, the range of value you can find is, in base 3, the range of value you can find is 0, 1 and 2. 3 cannot be in base 3. Now in this base 8 now, the range of value you can find is from 0 to 7. 8 cannot be in the base. You look at our answer here, 176 base 8. Okay, you can't have 186 base 8. It's very wrong. You know that answer is very wrong. Now look at base 4 now. You know in base 4 now, your answer should range from 0 to 3. Okay, you have here 1332 base 4. So you see that our answers are right. So we are done with conversion of base 10 to other bases.